Hold up. Yeah.
Yo, what is going on, you guys? I'm Kurt, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about the global reveal of the new Call of Duty coming out later this year in November 3rd. That is Call of Duty World War II, and honestly, I am absolutely excited for this. It's time for another boots on the ground game. As much as I think a lot of people either disliked or liked the jetpacks and everything going on with the last 3 years of Call of Duty being with jetpacks, I think it's time that we go back in time a little bit and go back to the origins of Call of Duty, the real good feel of Call of Duty with boots on the ground, real war simulating stuff going on, and we're going back to World War II. So if you guys missed out on the global reveal trailer, you guys missed out on the actual trailer or the live stream going on, I'm going to do as much as I can to cover what happened during that live stream in this video today, so don't worry if you missed out on it. But of course, if you guys want to go watch the trailer, it is on the YouTube account for Call of Duty, and there is also the broadcast available for you guys to go rewatch on their Twitch account at twitch.com/Call of Duty. But either way, I'm going to cover what I thought was most important from that live stream in this video today. So hopefully you guys do enjoy it, and remember, if you guys do enjoy the video, remember to drop a like. Let's get into what I thought was the most important stuff from that live stream in this video here today. Now, of course, during the live stream, they talked a lot about World War II, how much work they put into it, because of course, they had 3 years to develop this game, and honestly, like, it has been crazy to think that it's been 3 years since the last time Sledgehammer has actually made their game from Advanced Warfare, and this is a giant leap of success that I can see from what they did here in World War II, the new game that they're going to be coming out with later this year, because honestly, it is absolutely crazy about the graphic upgrades on this, the way it looks, all the engine, just everything about this is absolutely insane, and I can't wait to see more of this later this year. And they did mention that a lot of the questions that were coming in apparently from Twitter that had to do with multiplayer mode, and even some of the guests that were on there were asking about multiplayer mode. They did say, and Michael Condrey himself said, he's not really going to mention anything, but he will, release a lot more information later on in E3 that's going to be happening later this year in June. So we're going to be hearing more information about Call of Duty World War II in June at E3, more stuff about multiplayer, more stuff about campaign, I'm sure, and everything else that you guys want to know about, and all the other new features that are going to be coming into the game soon enough. So now with that said, there was a little bit of a Q&A session going on here and there throughout the live stream. There was a YouTuber who was actually on the Call of Duty account looking over through anyone who was tweeting questions towards stuff for the live stream. It was Mr. Dalek JD. He's a YouTuber that does Call of Duty stuff, and he was taking all these questions in, and one of the questions were, what kind of weapons are we going to be seeing for Call of Duty World War II? And some of the weapons you guys are probably already going to know about if you guys played World at War from Treyarch that developed it a long time ago, almost 10 years ago now, which is absolutely insane to think about. So Michael Condrey did mention a few guns, and I'm sure some of these guns are going to be showing up in multiplayer mode. But anyways, those weapons are going to be the M1 Garand, which we've been seeing coming back a lot lately for the past maybe 2 or 3 Call of Duty games so far, the STG-44, the MG-42, the M1903 sniper rifle, and a grease gun, which basically kind of looks like a mixture of the MP40 and the Tommy gun, or the Thompson submachine gun. So now throughout the stream, Michael Condrey was stating that he didn't really want to give out too much information about the World War II multiplayer mode. He was trying to say that later this year there is going to be an E3 event coming out in June, and during that event they're going to have a press conference for Call of Duty World War II. They're going to talk about the campaign a little bit more. They're going to talk about definitely the multiplayer mode. You're going to hear a lot about the stuff going on in multiplayer mode, and if you guys go to the actual E3 event in June, you're actually going to be able to play this game early on the floor. It's probably still going to be in its alpha beta mode before it actually comes out later in November, but of course you're going to be able to play it way before the beta players, way before the game's even released later in November. So he wanted to keep it to just when it comes out in June for the E3 event and really release more information on that. However, he did want to go and kind of like tease out 3 of the new features that are going to be in multiplayer mode, things that can affect your progression through leveling up in the game, things that you can do when you're not even actually playing the game, and other things like that. And I think it's pretty cool. So here are the 3 things that he mentioned that are going to be coming into multiplayer mode, and things that can kind of like mess around with the way that you progress in the game, and things that you can do off the game and everything like that. So for the first feature that I want to mention here, it's going to be something that he called the division. So pretty much what this is that it's going to be some kind of feature that affects your multiplayer progression, your creative class, the weapons that you're going to be able to have, I guess the way that your character looks, and the certain, I guess, objectives and things like that for your actual loadout, your character, and everything that's going to be going on there. And I guess the way this kind of works is you guys are going to be able to choose what kind of division you guys want to go to. So you guys can be in the infantry division, you guys can be in the armor division and everything like that. So I'm kind of assuming that this kind of division thing, it's going to be similar something that we've seen before from something like Battlefield or Battlefront from Star Wars, where you guys can choose what kind of loadout you want, but depending on what loadout you choose is what kind of perks you get. So for example, in Battlefield or in Star Wars, you guys can have people who can heal you, or you can have someone who drops ammo for you, or you can have someone who only uses a sniper, or someone who uses an LMG, things like that, where of course you can kind of like switch up your role a little bit here and there, but depending on what division you pick is what kind of perks you're gonna get. So if you pick the medic, you're gonna be able to go and run around and drop some med kits and people can go over them and heal themselves, or you're gonna be able to go and heal them off the ground, kind of like using a defibrillator like we've seen from Battlefield. Or perhaps you can pick some kind of team or some kind of division where you're gonna be able to carry around ammo packs, and if your teammates need ammo, you're gonna be able to go and drop ammo for them. Or if you're a sniper, you're gonna get some kind of perks so that you won't be seen so much from the back and you're sniping people out, or whatever it is. So there's gonna be different divisions that give you guys particular perks or certain characteristics towards your loadout and your character and everything like that. Now for the second feature coming to multiplayer mode, he mentioned that there's something called War, and this one I'm not too sure exactly what this could be about, but from what he said himself, it's a narrative driven iconic World War II battle or events where you have to go and do strategic objectives, and there's going to be certain things that you got to complete. So it sounds to me more like something that's going to be a co-op mode, something kind of like a special ops that we've seen from like the Modern Warfare series and everything, but I'm not too sure how this is going to play into towards the actual multiplayer mode itself. If it's going to be something like this team has an objective and you have an objective, kind of like, I guess, domination, but more along the lines of an actual historic event going on during World War II, where depending on who gets to complete their objective, they actually completed and you guys failed your mission, and then maybe you guys get a cutscene, maybe you don't. So it's kind of like a mix between the actual story mode and an actual multiplayer universe. We're gonna have to see how that goes. It sounds kind of interesting, but still kind of obscure at the same time, but I'm sure more information of this is gonna come out later this year in June for E3, and of course more down the line as the game gets to its release date. And now for the third and final feature that Michael Condrey was teasing about. It's a feature that he said that no Call of Duty game has ever had in the franchise up until this one right here, and he is absolutely right. There is no other Call of Duty that has done this, but I have seen this from other games, but I'll get to that in a little bit. He's talking about a new feature that he calls Headquarters, which is also known as a living space, and this area is this big space where you can connect with other people, you can get rewarded for doing certain things, you can compete with other people, as well as show off things, maybe like your calling cards, your stats, what you can do. If you're a sharpshooter, maybe there's going to be an area there where you can do little mini games and things like that. But pretty much what I'm talking about in terms of the Headquarters is that it looks very similar to something that we've seen before, like PlayStation Home or PUBG or PlayerUnknown's Battleground, where in PlayStation Home you run around and you can interact with other people, play some random mini games, and you can go and venture off and do all these other stuff, but you're pretty much in game with other real life people who are playing PlayStation Home, and you're just running around pretty much doing really nothing unless you're all just chilling and talking, or chilling at someone's virtual space and everything, or their home, or whatever you guys want to call it. Or in PUBG or PlayerUnknown's Battleground, for those of you guys that have played it, where before you guys actually just hop into your match and you guys are already in the plane and you go down and you guys get onto the map, before that there's this big queue area where everybody just chills out. People either scream or people run around and pick up weapons and shoot each other for fun. There's this big queued zone where everybody can just interact with each other, just talk or scream or do whatever, jump around, punch each other, shoot each other, and you can see all the players. There's all 99 to 100 players in there just running around on the map, and it's pretty much something that I think Headquarters is going to be just like. Now there was one more feature, one more special thing that's going to be coming into World War II for Call of Duty when it comes out later in November. Aside from the multiplayer mode, everybody was asking, is there going to be a co-op mode? Are we going to see something like Special Ops or Zombies? And of course, for another year in a row, Zombies is going to be returning to the Call of Duty franchise for World War II, and they showed a sneak peek of what it's going to look like, not a trailer, but just an image of what one of the lone zombies are going to look like, and this thing looks absolutely scary. It's got stitches on its face, it's a little bit bloody, it's freaking a little bit decayed, it's so freaking scary. And one of them said that throughout the campaign for the zombies, the story mode, it's like a horror film going on, so it's going to be horrific, it's going to be crazy, and I'm absolutely excited to do this. And they gave us a little bit of an inside detail towards the story for this. So this story for Zombies, the campaign for Zombies, is going to be taking place just at the end of World War II, near the end, before the final battles, before everything is going down. The Third Reich are desperate to win at the end of this. They need to get another army going on, a bigger army, to do a final push towards the Allied forces to go and take over World War II to win this war. However, they don't have enough manpower, so they go in, try to get some science going, and unfortunately, with dabbling into to the science, they managed to go and create zombies and thus starting the campaign for World War II's zombies. So that's all we really know about it so far, and that is going to be it right there, guys. Zombies is confirmed. It's coming back to Call of Duty for another year. So if you guys love zombies, and I know you guys do, you're going to be loving the new zombies campaign. So of course, this has nothing to do with the Treyarch zombies. This is a whole new storyline. It has nothing to do with the Advanced Warfare storyline either. It's a whole new series, a whole new story, and I am absolutely excited to get my hands on this and actually play zombies for myself as well. But alright, you guys, that's going to be about it for this video. This has been what I thought was the most important stuff from the global reveal for Call of Duty World War II from the live stream. But of course, if you guys didn't want to watch it and you guys just enjoyed this video, remember to drop a like. But of course, if you guys do want to go and actually watch the 1 to 2 hour live stream yourself, go over to their Twitch account at twitch.tv/Call of Duty and watch their past broadcasts, and go watch the actual trailer for Call of Duty World War II on their YouTube account at youtube.com/Call of Duty. You guys can go and see it there. And of course, guys, I'm going to be trying my best here to cover as much as I can when information comes out. And of course, a lot of information is going to be coming out later in June for the E3 event when they have their press conference and everything that's going to be going on down on the floor as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, remember to drop a like. If you guys haven't already, consider subscribing, because if you don't, you're going to be missing out on awesome videos like this. Thank you guys one more time for watching. I will catch you guys next time. So later days, and peace out.